Hey YouTube and Kimba fans, and thank you for my newest subscribers. I know this channel isn't going to grow into too much, but you know, I like to share my stuff because I think it should be shared. It's unfortunate I found out lately that a lot of Tezuka stuff is being pulled off the internet for some reason. That's sad because I think a lot of his stuff is wonderful, especially Kimba. Anyway, this is going to be number 7, I think, of my book collection, and so far the last of my books. But anyway, I'm starting off with not technically a book, it's more of a notepad. This I got off of eBay, and they were selling it for more than $100, and the last two I saw listed when they wanted over $400. Whether they sold them or not, I have no idea, because I haven't seen them since. But anyway, this was from China. Apparently it's Leo, and I forgot the name of the dragon that everybody's coming to say hello to, handmade. And it's got that group on the front and then like a parade in the back. Leo leading one side and the dragon leading the other. And that's written in Japanese and Chinese. Let's see. And it's one of those, yeah, one of those long, I had a friend of mine made me one of these one time. Nothing on it. Didn't have Kimba or anything on it. It was just blue. And where is the inside of this thing? Here, this side. This is the only thing written in it. But it's from some temple that Leo was supposed to be visiting or associated with, and meeting and seeing the dragon that was Chinese dragons were cool looking. And it's empty, it's blank, there's nothing else in it, written in it, and I don't intend to really write in it if I can help it. But it's very pretty. Gold highlighted. All the characters. Whoops. And quick to open too. Okay. Kitty. Next is another, more like a almost a board book. With some very thick pages, so it's almost a board book. It's totally in Japanese. Starting out with Panja, declaring he's king of the jungle. And of course the natives upset with what he does and consulting Snakely. Keep forgetting what they call him in Japanese. I remember, then I forget. What was it, ham egg in the movie? And that's right before they shot him. And that's Eliza Snoween licking his foot. And now, after Kimba's been born in the ship, she's consulting him about his father. He leaves the ship and sees her in the stars for guidance. He washes up on shore and meets the little boy that at least in the one show they call, in the 89 series, he was called Shiro, meaning white. Shiro Leon. White lion. And this is a full page. And he's seeing the animals in their pen. And at the zoo. Oh, he's not very happy. Kitty! So you know when to get in the way, don't you? And now he's thinking about where he came from. And they agree to send him back. They always showed Kimba left-handed when he shakes hands. And they take him back home to the jungle. And that's where he discovers Panja's hide. Daddy. Like I said, I don't know what it's saying over here in Japanese. But you know, and of course, when I grew up with the TV series. I didn't grow up with the manga. So when I learned more about the manga, I was kind of surprised at some of the different things that happened. I said, well, that didn't happen that way. And you know, but like they always say, books are never like the movie. And he meets Claw, or what they call him Boo Boo. And of course they're laughing at him. You want to be king of the jungle? Are you serious? This is the way the jungle works. And I've got a trading card with this picture on it of him attacking the antelope. But Kimba's not happy with this. This is not him. And you can see he was crying. There's a little dot on his father's leg. You got to become our leader. You are your father's son, my boy. And I'm assuming here he agrees. Let's get started. And here, this is interesting because they go straight to the farm they're doing. Everybody's pitching in. Plant the seeds. And that's him with the jungle choir chorus. And that's it for this book. I don't know the full theme they were trying to do, except following some of the manga. You know, the Sunday stories had all kinds of stories inside. You know, everything was a little changed. You've got the regular main story, and then you've got the other. You know, JJ, you don't make things easy, you know that? You know I'm using this table. That's our oldest cat, JJ. He's 10. This is a coloring book. Now, even though on the outside it shows the 89 series Leo, on both, that's basically the front, because it's supposed to go left to right. Inside it's got a little bit of everybody. It's got the 89 picture, and then on the top they've got like what it's the scene or originally is supposed to depict, or the intended colors to be used. And then you can do it yourself, which I probably won't. And this book is not brand new. It was pre-owned. Yeah, see, like here, that's the last one to the 89 series. And then here he is. Actually, I might be going the wrong way now that I think about it, because this looks more like the 66 series, except they've got Coco like he was done in the 89 series, but this picture, the way he's drawn, is more like the 66 series. And somebody's already colored this in rather well. JJ. I should shove you off the table. Oh, that's one great big picture. And the way to color it on both sides. Somebody's already colored in Polly. Now see, that's what I'm saying. Now here's the 66 series. The way they usually depict him and Polly. Coco. Him and Kitty. Then they go back to the 89 series. I don't really dislike the way they drew him in the 89 series, because the 89 series wasn't quite as, I don't know, I don't want to use the word playful, because it was a more rough series, especially towards the end, with all those deaths, including what you believe to be, could be Kimba's, because they left you hanging in the very last episode. And the only thing you know is, how could he have died if he went later on and had children? But of course, then again, I don't believe that the manga series, or that the 89 series totally covered the manga series at all. There are some characters in the manga that are in the 89 series. But I don't believe the 89 series covered the manga the same. And now this is manga. The way they drew him with a gigantic nose and the huge ears, almost looked like he almost looked mouse-like with a mane. Proud Papa. Now, believe it or not, I have a towel with this exact picture on it. Now that I've noticed it, I thought maybe the towel was like pre-faded, but it wasn't. It is depicting the actual picture. Huh. I'll have that in a later video, though. Yeah, a little pre-owned coloring book with the, you know, the guidelines of how it should be colored or how it was originally meant to be colored, but you're free to do however you like. You learning anything? This book I think you can still get. I got this from Amazon. I believe you can still get it though, but it's basically a book containing all of the Wikipedia information. So in other words, everything in this book, if you go to Wikipedia, you should be able to find. And you can pause that if you want to read the full part of the back. But everything in here is basically from the Wikipedia. Nuts. There we go. There's the table of contents. So all these articles and everything in here, including the articles license, this is all technically on the Wikipedia. It's just all been collaborated into one book called Kimba the White Lion because he's the main subject. And as you can see, it's got a little bit on Japanese, on manga, Tezuka and his life, and throughout, like I said, it's got information on everything that's already on the wiki, or the Wikipedia. I think the wiki's a whole nother site. And then here's even a little more about Kimba the White Lion to the Lion King, because there's the famous cell of the white lion cub that everybody says was supposed to be Simba, and the Kimba versus Simba picture is always posted. And I, you know, despite the stories and all the backlash, Japanese language, I love that language. I think it's a beautiful language. I mean, it's they say it's simple but difficult to learn. And for me, learning any language is difficult. My memory doesn't seem to want to learn anything sometimes. But I mean, you know, I love The Lion King too. It's just a shame, even in my opinion, that it seems like Disney just doesn't want to admit that there's a little something from Kimba the White Lion. It's just, I don't know. It's, to me, I'm like a lot of people. It's just, how can you say there's nothing to do with the other? I mean, no. Kimba didn't lose his father the same way as Simba did, and there were no adults in Simba. You get the two mixed up. But you know, it's still somewhat the same thing. A youngster learning who he really is and takes over his father's learns how to take his father's place. There's a little bit here on Mushi production and but this is all basically articles that you can actually find by title in the Wikipedia. All collaborated into one book. And I think this is still available on Amazon. I bought it from Amazon at least 5 years ago. And that's supposedly a picture of a real white lion. Rare and wonderful. You don't find many. And the last book that I have, you don't seem to mind this, do you? baby boy. Usually he doesn't like me to do stuff around him like this. This was pre-owned too. I got it from eBay at least 10 years ago. From Mushi Productions. This is a complete how to draw Kimba and all of his on all the characters. If you want to learn actually how he was drawn and how to draw him. All the stanzas and expressions and you kind of always learn the difference between Leo and Panja. Because Panja, they always gave him the sideburns and that little tuft of a beard. Where Leo, they just kind of gave him a little more like bangs. I haven't seen this since I got mine. I think somebody, I don't remember how much I paid for it. It wasn't very much. It wasn't one of those like outlandish priced ones, but I was glad I got it when I did. Now here's Kitty. More Kitty. Still Panja. All his different expressions. I kind of like the way they drew Kimba's mother compared to the way they drew Kitty. But of course, Snoween was older than Kitty. The way they drew them, you can kind of see that like Leo was younger than his father. To me, Leo was, when they depicted Leo in his part of the series as an adult, he wasn't as old as his father was. I think I missed a page. And get to some of the people in the show. Oh, and that's, if I'm not wrong, I think that was what they call her, Belladonna? Or is that supposed to be Leona? Looks more like Belladonna. There's Speckle Rex. And of course, Claw, but they gave him, they clipped out the wrong eye here. Thought it was his left eye. Unless that was supposed to be Speckle Rex when he winked. I think that might have been Speckle Rex when he winked, because sometimes he would wink with that, oops, with his left eye. Oh my goodness. book is actually bigger than my table. And there's the assassins. This video could be a little better, but... Oh, and that's Wiley, the wildcat. A naughty little boy. Different beginning drawings of Kimba. I guess if anybody really wants me to, I can do another type of video on this, a little more focused on some of the pages. Sorry about spilling it on the floor like that. I don't think I missed very many. I don't think I missed any pages. No. Cassius. I missed that one. And I guess that's supposed to be him compared to Cassius. I always got a kick out how they elaborate long necks. Like the cheetahs. Oh yeah, there's the destroyers from the desert. That was a wild episode. That famous picture of Cassius, Tom, Tab. I always forget his name in Japanese too. Oh, and I always forget his name too, that lion. I don't know why I call him Louis the Lion. I don't remember the one that was in Revolting Development. And later on he appears in one of the Leo the Lion episodes. Yeah, I think that was the one he was in with the two rival prides. Sorry about all this moving around. But anyway, that's my last of my books. Except for the notebooks and things like that I had in the, and there's nothing on the back, no. And you can see it's pre-owned. It's got, they had gotten some marks on it. I just keep it wrapped in its plastic bag. But anyway, I've got other videos coming. That's going to be the majority of what my little channel is. But I'm glad I'm able to keep a little bit of information about him going, because I heard something recently on the Kimba's Kingdom page that a lot of things are being pulled because they found out a lot of the rights to Kimba the White Lion belong to Right Stuff, and Right Stuff doesn't want their stuff posted, so they're pulling everything. And to me, that's very sad, because, you know, he is a legend in itself. I mean, despite the controversy between him and the Lion King, he should be recognized. His creator was a wonderful person, and you know, Kimba's story is very humane, you know, as far as animal life and everything is concerned, and he's, you know, he's already got the history of being the first anime in color TV series in Japan. And despite how many episodes have been clipped and cut up, you know, really, he's got some good morals in his shows for kids. but you know, I don't know. Everything's for money, literally, in my opinion. Anyway, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I'll try to get another video out again very soon. Bye.